Hey foodies, welcome and welcome back to Cooking with Kiana. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to get the perfect sweet and spicy glazed chicken thighs. These thighs are so delicious and full of flavor, yet so simple to put together. You guys are going to be surprised at how easy this recipe is. But before I begin, if you are new to this channel, please take a second to subscribe. And if you enjoyed this recipe, be sure to hit that thumbs up button and let's get started. Alright guys, so to start off, I'm going to be using 5 skinless boneless chicken thighs. If you want to get the bone in ones, you can. Clean them really well, and yes, I did leave some of that fat on because that's going to add some extra flavor when we sear this. So today, all we're going to need is this simple dry rub. I'm going to be using 1/4 of a cup of brown sugar, 1.5 teaspoons of adobo seasoning, 1/4 teaspoon of crushed red pepper, 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper, 1/2 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. You can add more if you want it spicier, 1/2 teaspoon of smoked paprika, and 1 teaspoon of Italian seasoning. So now that you have out all your seasonings, you're going to go ahead and add them into the bowl with the brown sugar. Now whisk together until all of your spices are well combined. You can even give it a taste to make sure, but at this point you will have the perfect sweet and spicy dry rub. Now let's move on to our marinade. So go ahead and grab you a large bowl, and then you're going to take your chicken thighs and add them directly into the large bowl. Drizzle about 2 tablespoons of oil over your chicken. This is important because this will help all of your seasonings stick to your chicken. Now you're going to go ahead and add in all of that dry rub. Even though it might look like a lot of seasoning, it's not, since majority is this is brown sugar, so make sure you add all of that in. Now you're going to go in with clean hands and really make sure you massage that in. If you don't feel comfortable using your bare hands, just go ahead and get you some gloves. But you really want to make sure you get in there with those seasonings, that way the chicken could be seasoned throughout. For maximum flavor, I like to let this marinate overnight, but if you're crunched on time, at least let this marinate for 30 minutes. So to a skillet heated over medium heat, you're going to add a generous amount of oil. Follow that up by adding in 4 tablespoons of butter. And you're going to go ahead and let that butter cook until it's a nice rich brown color. Browning that butter is going to really help intensifying that flavor, so do not skip this step. Now once it is nice and brown like you see here, you're going to go ahead and add in your chicken thighs, making sure you really press that down so your chicken thighs can get direct contact with the cast iron skillet, so you can get a good sear on there. Now once those thighs start to cook in that butter, it's going to caramelize, and that butter is going to thicken up and make a delicious sweet and spicy glaze. So any leftovers that you have in that marinated bowl, be sure to add that in. Once your chicken is nice and golden brown and it has caramelized, you're going to go ahead and flip that over, and you're going to cook it on the other side. So in total, you want to cook it on each side for about 5 to 7 minutes. As you can see, that glaze is already starting to get all sticky and thicken up and caramelize, and the chicken is nicely browned, which is great because that's going to give this dish some added flavor. Once you're done searing your chicken on both sides and you've got that beautiful crust on it, you're going to go ahead and tilt your pan to the side so you can gather all of that glaze from the bottom of the pan. You're going to grab a spoon and go ahead and baste your chicken. If you're using bone-in chicken thighs, you're going to pop this in a 400-degree oven for 30 minutes so it can fully cook. But if you're using the boneless ones just like me, then you are basically done. And that is how easy it is to make these juicy and tender, mouth-watering chicken thighs. When I say melt in your mouth, the chicken is so juicy and full of flavor. I cannot wait for you guys to try this recipe. So delicious. This recipe will easily become a staple in your household. Take a good look. Just look at how that chicken is glistening. And I'm gonna go ahead and cut this for you guys. The chicken was just so juicy, so tender, so flavorful. I hope you guys try out this recipe and share this with your family. If you do, you can find the full recipe in the description box below. When you do make this, leave a comment below. Let me know how it turned out. Thanks for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.